Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your extended reading. Thank you for you all who joined my community, our community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. I always leave them here so you can just kind of see where we left off. I am going to take these cards and set them aside because that's what we're going to be reading off of. And then I'm going to put these away. I'm gonna have my little robot over here channel you a song. I'm not gonna pick the song. I'm gonna allow her in spirit to pick the song for you. You guys can vibe out to that while I collect the cards and kind of give them a brief shuffle so we can clear out the collective energy, and then we're gonna get into your reading. Okay? Alexa, play a song for Taurus.
Here's a playlist you might like. R&B rotation on Amazon Music.
No way. Who got this song? Alexa, pause the music. Yeah. I said no way because somebody got that song. And y'all heard me. She said, here's something that you might like. It wasn't from none of my saved playlists. I don't even know what song this is. Let me find out. Hold on. This is Here With Me featuring Anderson .Paak. I think I'm going to have to start putting the channel songs in the description boxes of the extended so I could go back and reference, because I'm honestly in disbelief that she decided to play one of the same songs that she played for the other signs. That's by no mistake, let me tell y'all, because when I did Capricorn yesterday, she started playing alternative music. It was like some rock song or something, and guess what song it was? It was House of Capricorn. That I ain't never ever heard in life. Dang, I'm trying to remember who had that. Okay, it wasn't Capricorn because they had House of Capricorn. Sag. I don't know, but whoever it was, I was talking about, it could have been Sag. I was talking about the fact that they might be dealing with somebody at a distance. Because in the beginning of this song, he comes on talking about the traffic in LA and it being bumper to bumper. He's just basically describing his environment. And then when Mary J. Blige comes on here in a minute, she's going to talk about her experience in New York. Well, what the hell, y'all? Where'd that car go? Where'd that damn car go? Because I literally just told y'all this is the first time that I ever noticed this on this card. But on her jacket sleeves, it literally says New York and Los Angeles. I can't make this up. Look, that say New York and I say Los Angeles. And I don't know who it was. One of the readings too, not the extended, but the regular reading. Could have been Leo. It was an energy of, I kept picking up like the fashion district of Los Angeles. Like one of the cards, it just reminded me of all of the sweatshops. In California. Interesting. Okay, Alexa, resume the music. Didn't I say somebody was giving stuff a rap? You could be dealing with somebody who's in like film, theater. They do something like performance related. It could definitely be a Leo. They roll the 5th house of performances, costumes, things of that nature. Or they could have 5th house in Leo. Okay. Alexa, be quiet. Okay. I just, honestly, that's blowing my mind that song came on again. Out of all of these dang on extendeds I already did, what is this? Manifestation. Mojaji. Okay. And then you have Speak Up. Mama Combat Bang. The number 33. This is about your immediate environment. And look at the community behind her. Like, people standing up for her because they know that she's gonna feed the people, y'all. This is amazing. Okay, y'all let me know in the comments and stuff if you enjoy me to channel the songs in the beginning, or if you'd rather me just jump into the cards. If so, then in the future I won't channel music. I will just make sure there's a second deck of cards to use, and we'll just hop right into it. Let me know what you guys think. This is y'all community, okay? I think I was telling Capricorn too that, like, another reason why I decided to come over to Patreon is because, y'all, I suspect, I could be wrong, I don't think so, but I could be wrong. They gonna fix it, but in the, like, real time, I think I might be shadow banned. I was talking to some other mystics about it. That's definitely where we're headed here, because they're like some of the significant things that are going to be happening in the United States. Pluto, the Pluto return for the United States, it's about to be, it's some shit about to shake up, y'all, with a lack of better words. But I know too much. It can be scary at times too to know as much as I know. I shared this with one of my friends last night. I'm gonna go ahead and share this with y'all. I don't think I've ever shared it, honestly, like on YouTube. I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but when I was in high school, or my last year of high school, what would have been, I graduated high school early, a year early. And it was because I took extra classes so that I could go to Turkey for a year as an exchange student. So when I was 17, I got, I won a scholarship to go and live in Turkey for a year as an exchange student. And so I turned 18 there, but also, like, partially graduated, like, before going. They let me go to the prom when I was in 11th grade and do all of the, like, senior festivities because they knew that I was going to be in another country studying. So I lived in Turkey for a year. It was a really interesting opportunity. The scholarship that I won, so they took 200 applications from all over the United States. They only chose 50 finalists. I happened to be amongst the finalists. And then you got to pick, like, there were like 15 countries. It was like Malaysia, Ghana, Thailand, Turkey, Morocco, I think Costa Rica was one. There were so many different countries, but Turkey was my last choice. Turkey was my last choice, y'all. I wanted to go to Morocco second, and I think I had Ghana first, or it could have been the other way around. Of course, they picked my last choice, right? So I didn't even know where the fuck Turkey I didn't even know where the fuck Turkey was on the map, y'all. I mean, like, even like it probably was like a week leading up to me getting on the plane where I finally was like online, like, where the fuck am I going? Like, but anyway, so I was an exchange student for a year. This scholarship that I won was provided by the U.S. Embassy. So I had the opportunity to go to the White House, and we got to meet the Speaker of the House at the time. I think it was Lugar at the time. We got to go to the White House. We got to meet the Speaker. We got to visit the U.S. Embassy in Turkey and meet some of the constituents and things of that nature. However, I didn't really understand it when I was younger, but I was telling one of my mystic friends that I understand it now. because I had to go through the process of getting, number one, a visa to live in Turkey for a year, but I also, because I was going to be there for that long period of time, the Turkish government requires that you apply for dual citizenship. And I want to say that that's a stipulation as well, to be there and attend their schools or whatever. So I literally to this day have dual citizenship in Turkey. However, I was explaining to my friend that when you do something like that, whether it's to go and study abroad for school, or, you know, you take a new job out the country, you know, if you're like a journalist or something like that, and you join like a newspaper company in another country or whatever, they will subtly, but they will indirectly tell you that you'll be on the watch list. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't be doing nothing radical, so I know I'm not like, shit, I ain't on the top of nobody's FBI list, but I'm on that thing. And I know I'm on it because they told us that we would be on it. And the reason why is because the United States has to be careful that when they send students abroad to like Muslim countries or extremist countries or things of that nature, countries that we have, you know, sometimes a rocky type history, they want to make sure that you're not going to come back born a terrorist, right? So they put you on that list. I know I'm on that list. And not only that, but the fact that I'm fluent in Turkish, some of y'all may not have known that, but I'm fluent in Turkish and I read Arabic. I don't speak it, but I can, like, I know the alphabets. I can read it. I don't understand it though. I partially don't understand what I'm reading, but I know enough to like read it. But with all that being said, that's another reason why I'm on the list, because if they ever had some type of situation where there's some national like emergency and they need people who are fluent in Turkish or whatever, or they need people who are fluent in, you know, Ghanaian or whatever it is, that's partially why they invested in us. It ain't no fucking secret. Like, that's why y'all gave me a $20,000+ scholarship. Like, when I tell you, like, the plane ticket, hostel or hotels, transportation. Like, I had a cell phone there. They paid the cell phone bill. Like, then we would take like mid-year trips, quarter-year trips or whatever, where like I lived in this little bitty traditional town called Sharkikaraj. And man, in Sharkikaraj, I probably could count on my two hands how many women drove. It was that like traditional. Really, really traditional. There were about 11,000 people in that particular town that I lived in. You could literally walk from one side of the town to the other side of the town in probably all of like 45 minutes to an hour. It was extremely small, but it was very, very beautiful. But I lived in Sharkikaraj. It was like an 8-hour flight from the capital of Turkey in Ankara. And for these trips, like, they would collect all the kids in Turkey. So I was one of 14 that were in Turkey. But we were spread out all over the place. There were 2 other girls that lived in the town where I lived, but I went to school with one of them, and then the other one, her host parents were rich, so she went to another school. And then of course we had the other like 10, 11 people that were there. They were placed all over the country. Some of them were like in rural Turkey. Some of them were in the middle of the city. So we all had a very colorful experience, and they would bring us together like at the 2-month mark, at the 4-month mark, at the 6-month mark. And we get to kind of speak English, of course, because most of us didn't have an opportunity to speak English. I was lucky enough to have the other 2 girls like around to kind of talk English to here and there. But besides that, some of the rest of the students were in a household where nobody spoke English. They go to school, everybody speaking Turkish. They didn't have any other exchange students around them. So it was kind of like a sink or swim type of situation. But I'm bringing that all up to say because I think that I have possibly been shadow banned. I could be wrong. I'm not manifesting that. I don't hope that I'm shadow banned, especially because of how tapped in I am. I think I definitely have been challenged with, quote unquote, freeing my people. making sure that I help you guys navigate these situations on a monthly, weekly, daily basis, or whatever the case may be. That I'm not going unnoticed, and I mean that in the most humble way possible. I'm not going unnoticed. I'm sure that since I went on that exchange as a student to Turkey, every time I make a move, I move houses, I switch addresses, or whatever the case may be, I file some type of government paperwork, like my I have fingerprint clearance because I'm a real estate agent, like stuff like that. I'm sure I'm getting pinged, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to throw that out there, because that was the other reason why I decided to start the Patreon, because I would like to be able to talk to you all candidly about some of the things that are happening in our economy, on a global scale. Like in Pisces reading, sometime last week, I thought I was predicting an earthquake, which I'm very uncomfortable with, but I know that I'm capable of. I try to like stay away from it, but sometimes I just can't. So I literally opened their reading with like, I don't know, I feel an earthquake energy. In the next morning, there sure enough was an earthquake, probably about an hour away from where I am. So especially for those of you that are new and don't know me all that well, I have a unique set of gifts that I am partially aware of. Some of them I'm not aware of, because I've gone through an upgrade most recently and I'm in the process of calibrating. But yeah, I think they had me share that too with you because of that last sentence I just said, that some of y'all have been going through or are in the process of going through some type of ascension, where if you didn't know about your gifts prior to this, they're being activated. I told you there was kind of like a solar plexus life force type activation. And for others of you where you already knew that you had gifts, you're going to be discovering a new set of gifts. And so we're in this space of needing to calibrate, which is probably why, like, when you try to go out somewhere, you try to do X, Y, and Z, you run into delays or whatever the case may be, because we're supposed to be sitting with ourselves, preparing for the fucking upheaval that's coming. Okay? Just want to throw that out there. I don't want to scare nobody, but it is what it is. Okay. Spirit, show me the energy of where this is headed. We have awakening in reverse. So see, I feel like this already happened for a lot of y'all. Externally, you have a tete with worthiness here. I like this. I'm going to take it. All right. So you have your Maya in reverse. Really want to say Aries got this. Some of y'all too could be on the Aries Leo cusp. Yeah. And then you look, you on the top of the deck, you have Marie Laveau. Good juju. She was a spiritualeur, one of the first that I know, from Louisiana. And I definitely resonate with her spirit. I'm getting chills right now. I feel like there's a possibility that I like literally just put words to what you've been trying to understand or verbalize, possibly to others. Okay. I'm not going to read this awakening card because it's self-explanatory. There was an awakening and I feel like you're coming out of it. I feel like it has already taken place. Okay. This is Tete. I hope I'm saying her name right. So Atete is the goddess of worthiness. She's from Oromo, Ethiopia, and her temple is the warriors. The element associated with this card is the bush. It says, Great Goddess Atete, Queen of the Gods, is a fierce protector of women and girls for the Oromo people of Ethiopia. It says, stop hiding, shrinking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. It says, you matter. Worthiness is in your veins. Accept yourself now. Your birth certificate says that we need your overflowing magic, joy, and vulnerability. And most importantly, we need you. It says you are deserving and worthy. The beautiful parts of you that everyone likes are worth loving. The parts that you or others dislike are worth loving too. Your creator loves you unconditionally. Goddess declaration or affirmation says, I matter. I really love it. I can't even deny, like, this is so crazy. Like, the last few readings, they had me, like, keep interjecting all of these political things. And it's like, it makes me really, really uncomfortable, y'all. Y'all have no idea. like when I do personal readings, I'm pretty candid. You know what I mean? I call it like I see it. If I see something that's associated with like taxes, death, even like concerns, I'm not a doctor, but I I don't like to read for pregnancy or health or anything, but I'm capable. But I'm not a doctor, so I don't be out here talking about, oh, you need to drink less, this, that, whatever. I'll tell you if I see some concerns in your health and advise you to go talk to a doctor. But for the most part, I try not to get into it. Lately, especially after opening the Patreon, it's like they are pushing me to talk more about this to try to prepare you guys. And I want to just let y'all know ahead of time. It makes me extremely uncomfortable. Okay, so y'all bear with me. But what I was going to say is when I got to the affirmation of this card and it talked about I matter, I start thinking about Black Lives Matter. And I don't mean exclusively Black lives, but just, okay, what I picked up was the energy of that movement, not necessarily that organization's mission, purpose, etc. Just the fact that, y'all, that was bigger than the Million Man March. I mean, God bless George Floyd. Because, and this is crazy that he's even coming up. I don't know, maybe he's present in this reading. Maybe there's a Taurus that's close to him or something like that. And that's why I'm tapped into like a familiar energy or something like that. But yeah, I know I'm not the only one that was amazed and astonished and had like my faith restored in humanity when we seen New Zealand marching the streets. We seen the United Kingdom, you know, like out in the streets. Like, I mean, we have brothers and sisters from all different backgrounds, colors, cultures, belief systems, morality, coming out to recognize the dysfunction, the low vibration associated with minorities and individuals that are in power, in positions of power, elected and chosen, like positions of power being two different things, but there was some sense of like merging or marrying of the two ideas. So I bring that up because I feel like on a micro level, you may have felt not necessarily like unworthy, but you definitely, I feel like, have been outside of your comfort zone as far as normally being the person that's abundant, that's giving, that, you know, has extra money to spare, has extra time to spare. Somebody call you and like, I don't have nobody to help me to move. You're the person that pulls up with the truck, I got you, you know. Or, you know, somebody calls you and like, man, you know, I want to go back to school, but I don't have no money for no babysitter. Bring your kids over here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I got you. Like, that is you, that was you prior to being propelled into this most recent transformation. And so you may have felt alone, but it was on purpose. God orchestrated that loneliness so that you could first get to know who you have become prior to receiving the validation and accolades and, you know, confirmation of who you think you are. They want you to know yourself before you start to feed into others' perceptions of you. Now, when we were pre-shuffling the cards, and that, I want to say it's Mama Kombi, the card that came out and she had all those people with their fist up behind her, that was already kind of giving me like a Black Lives Matter thing. But then the affirmation kind of like, I wasn't going to mention it until I seen the affirmation here. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty spot on. It's an energy that, like, your injustices that you've experienced most recently, you think that they're going unnoticed. You think that, you know, nobody cares, that Taurus is down on their luck right now. You think nobody cares, you know, that Taurus don't got it to give, or whatever the case may be, or they do. And they're going to be rallying behind you here shortly. But in order for you to even receive, like, okay, let's think about the ceremonies that kings throw. When a king get ready to celebrate something, I don't know why I'm seeing Coming to America 2 right now. The wedding scene or whatever, when they Or no, that wasn't the wedding, that was like the funeral. Thank you, Spirit. See, because it's big, it's transformation, it's sex, death, regeneration. That's scorpionic energy. That's the eighth house. It's Pluto, it's other people's money, it's our past lives, right? Because Scorpio is currently in the south node, so it's like everything that has died out and transformed, where we'd like to rather bury it and forget about it, we cannot, because it's leading and propelling this current moment, this current movement. Does that make sense, y'all? Now, why I'm seeing Coming to America too, and I'm thinking about like the like party that they throw for the father prior to him dying, is because you would originally, I don't know, like there would originally be an expectation, or I think it's like a societal expectation, that when you get ready to celebrate your birthday or your wins or your victory, that the people that you love the most should rally behind you. This person should be buying the cake. They should bring you gifts. They should do this. They should do that. But let's talk about a real boss. Let's talk about real kings and queens. They throw their own parties, don't they? They throw their own parties. And not only that, it's typically them celebrating their ability and their power and their position to be able to feed the masses, to be able to support the masses. That dates back to many dynasties ago, okay? It absolutely is not new, which is why I think we see it so like beautifully depicted in Coming to America too. What the heck? Does she have an urn next to her? I think that's an urn. Some of y'all need to give y'all ancestors an offering. You know what I mean? And maybe that was the whole point of me saying, like, people will be rallying behind you. But I feel like there's maybe what you're lacking, or what has gone unseen, is the need for you to honor the kings and queens that have first come before you. The ones that have actually paved the path that you're on, or you're about to be on. Like, not necessarily being stuck in a funk about lack of resources, lack of time, whatever the case may be, feeling lonely, but being grateful. Being grateful and feeling honored that you might be challenged to take something on so significantly by yourself. Because a lot of you guys, your mother might be a water sign. That's a side note, that's random, but whoever gave birth to you, meaning as above, so below, not only just your mom, dad, your parents, right? But also like up into the heavens, right? When you was a little bitty spirit baby, they already knew how much weight you could bear. And so in this season that you're in, Taurus, you're being asked to exercise your power. Ooh, I love this for y'all. I just love it. I just really, really do. Okay. Let me set that aside. Let me get the, what the hell? I accidentally put the outcome back in there. Okay, so then maybe that's because something completely shifted. I'm gonna be obedient. We're gonna roll with this. Okay, tell me what's the influence of a tete? Pow. Yep, innovation. Definitely some could have changed like that quickly. Now this Aquarius card, Aquarius is the humanitarian. They're in their, lower vibrational or shadow energy can come off to be kind of disruptive. They can be edgy, very blunt, radical even. But in their highest vibration and in the wake of their evolution, they're free. Group oriented, very unique, right? Experimental. They're very futuristic. There's an energy of them always being ahead of their time. Okay, which I have told, I feel like that energy was coming up in the YouTube reading, and I would like to say that I've said that in so many words in the intro to this reading. You have the rising sign, you have ascendant and Venus here. There could definitely be, dang, you have ascendant Venus and Sun. Yeah, see, because this is an energy of like, I'm going to have a wardrobe change. I need to go in this fitting room by myself. I'm going to get dressed. I was a peasant when I came in here, but I'm going to come out a king. And then there's, with this Venus energy, that then there's this harmony, this charm, this like tapping into your feminine energy, being prepared to receive compliments, right? Honor, respect, support, riches, comfort, right? Being put in a position to indulge in whatever it is that you see fit to indulge in. And then you have the Sun card here, which is the masculine. So there's an energy of like this wardrobe change that you're upon is bringing something in to balance, and it's a big elevation. It's an energy of almost not even knowing who the fuck you are anymore. And I've been joking about that anyway, because I feel like they should never ever let the dang on nodes transit through Taurus and Scorpio, y'all. This is gonna be real significant. Okay, Spirit, could y'all please get me out this collective or this global energy and allow me to read for the collective only? Spirit, I'm feeling rather overwhelmed in this moment. Okay. Spirit, can you show me, like, with the outcome being justice, how does Taurus show up in terms of that being the outcome? Release. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You have reflect here externally. And what about their person? How do they show up? Reclaim. Oh my gosh. This is so powerful. And then you have compassion here at the center. There's a major humanitarian vibe. But when I tell y'all, like, I feel like, especially for my masculine energies, right? You could be a man or a woman. But if you happen to be the person in the connection that holds like greatest responsibility, like maybe you're the breadwinner, or you typically set the tone of the household, or whatever the case may be, you're extremely admired by those that follow you. Yeah, I see you got compassion and paradox. And it's like you're coming into a season where you need to practice what it is that you preach. Because when you're giving, when your heart is open and you're like, nah, just take this money, I got you. No, let me help you. Let me babysit for you. Let me do this. Let me do that. You're always preaching from a space of like, I have it to give, you know, like God, I feel like God gave it to me for you. And that's from a space of compassion. But I feel like over the last couple of years, you've had a really hard time experiencing compassion. Giving it, no problem. Experiencing it is, I feel like, where your transformation is coming in. Okay? I'm going to take this card too. I would like to read these because I learned my lesson in some of the other readings, not wanting to read the book, and then I read it and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I have to keep reminding myself that this is not my channel. This channel belongs to my ancestors. Hello. Okay, release. It says releasing is a lot easier said than done. In fact, we can spend a whole lifetime trying to break free from our limiting beliefs or painful experiences. Sometimes we have an idea of where we want to go, so we compartmentalize and repress the things we believe are holding us back. But we still want to honor ourselves and our experiences. We just want to give ourselves new options of behavior, so we're not stuck within the same old pattern. It says spend a moment reflecting what is no longer serving you, period. And it says what is old, stale, and taking up space within you. What would you do if these things didn't take up so much of your energy? What other behaviors and beliefs do you wish you possessed? The frog is the animal associated with this card. Amphibian, whatever. It's It says the frog is a potent ally of releasing and repurposing. Sometimes we approach our perceived flaws as things to eliminate, but the frog teaches us that we can use that which no longer serves us as fuel for the new. Every week, the frog not only sheds its skin, it eats it. Ooh, okay. Nothing goes to waste. Okay. All things within us have a purpose as long as we can expand our minds to see it. How can you transmute what no longer serves you? How can you release, but also do it purposefully? How can it serve you in a new way? The herb associated with this card is comfrey. It says comfrey is an herb that has a long history of being an impressive wound healer. It says even to the point of being able to aid in resetting broken bones. Whoa. It says earning its nickname Bone Set. It says comfrey teaches us that in order to release, we must tend to the inflammation. We must process our feelings and show up for our rage and grief. Only after we have worked through our feelings can we begin to let go. Call upon comfrey as an ally in processing your work so that when you do begin to release and integrate, it is settled. Yeah, that's the title of this reading. It is settled. The fuck? It sure is settled. It says the stone associated with this card is epidote. Epidote is an amplifier, but we don't always get to choose what it amplifies. Hello. Even if it sometimes amplifies that which we don't want. Preach. It says it is pushing us toward confronting the issue. Sometimes what we don't want needs to get big enough for us to actually see it and take action. Part of epidote's magic is being helpful in finding the root of something. It says so not only does it amplify, but it is also a guide in getting to the core issue. In that way, it is helpful at every stage of the process. Call upon epidote when you need support in meeting the practical and psychological side of releasing. Again, I would like to go back to the George Floyd situation. This sitting here saying that, like, right, epidote is an amplifier. It says, but we don't always get to choose what it amplifies. And then it talks about something needing to be big enough for us to actually take any action. And that's what I would like to say about, slow down, spirit. Whoa. The way that they almost had me start a fresh reading for you guys, although this was intended to be an extended, feels as though this past situation, past way of being, past patterns, people, circumstances, the way you get money, the way you move, whatever, had to get so out of line and so out of order in order for you to move on to another path or to pivot, especially with the Taurus, because y'all are number one stubborn. I'm sorry, y'all are. I love y'all. Y'all are stubborn, but y'all are all also very trustworthy, practical, like almost monotonous, like with the energy of being able to do repeat steps leading you to success. You could do it over and over and over and over and over again. Like once you figure out the formula to something, like you can just do it with your eyes closed over and over and over again, right? I feel like whatever you were doing that was working, it very much so caught you off guard when you started to lose money, lose friends, lose family, lose comfort, stability, or whatever, because it was working for so long. If I can just be frank, I feel like God knew that the only way for you to transition, transform, transmute, and transpose was that he had to get in your pockets. So a lot of you guys may be feeling like you don't have much, but I would like to tell you try not to move from a space of lack or scarcity. The second thing, like with George Floyd and how that even ties into what I just said for you, like nobody wants to lose any more black men, any more Hispanic men. You know what I mean? And for that matter, any more white men who are actually standing up for solid morals and beliefs, no matter like what people look like, because they out here. You know what I mean? We definitely do have some Caucasian brothers and sisters who know and acknowledge like some of the pain and generational curses and traumas that they had, that their ancestors have contributed to, and they also too suffer, you know, from cognitive dissonance and all kinds of things. But like George, I don't want to call him a sacrifice. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And that's what I want you to understand about your situation. Like, you may feel like all you've been doing lately is sacrificing. It's bigger than that. You're going to find here soon that you're a part of something much bigger with this humanitarian. Y'all, like, I'm trying to approach this so subtly. It's like not wanting to wake the beast, right? Like, or not wanting to disturb the king. You know what I mean? Like, it's that type of energy. Like, I'm walking softly, trying to explain this to you all. You know? Okay. Let me read the reclaim card, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot. I hope y'all rocking with me. I know I'm in y'all energy because I really want to go fast, and Spirit got me even talking slower than I naturally talk. Shit, but it's gonna make me mad. And that's what I was joking about, like, in the beginning of the YouTube reading, like, Sag and Taurus? Because I can imagine Taurus like, hold on, Amber, slow down. Take your time. Now I'm ready to go. Like, I could just imagine it. So anyway, let's talk about this reclaim card. It says, you were born as a perfectly imperfect human with gifts, talents, medicine, wisdom, and knowing. Oh, yeah, you say, you don't say. Okay. It says, growing up, and I'm totally resonating with this reading, y'all, if y'all ain't noticed. Okay. It said, but this is not about me. It says, growing up in a culture that does not nurture these gifts creates misalignment with our highest truth. Reclamation can be a lifetime process as it is continually awakening to ancient medicine we knew in other lifetimes and soul wisdom. While there's no rule book or a map for this journey until I publish this book. It says, this card calls your attention to what stirs deep inside your soul's memory. We're often drawn to places, people, experiences, music, etc. that we know on a cellular level, but our logical mind may not understand why. This card asks you to follow your intuition, trust that desire, and follow it. Reclaim your knowing, your power, your medicine, and your healing. It says, enjoy the mystery of the stories unfolding. I'm fucking here for this. Okay, the animal associated with this is the panda. Or I said the panda. The panther. Because I was trying to say panther and Wakanda forever at the same damn time. Okay, it says, to see a panther live is often accompanied with a feeling of awe at how at home it appears to be in its body, its environment, and its movement. Ooh, I got chills. It says, panther has an overwhelming aura of confidence. It may be laying or sauntering, but it can spring into action in a split second. Panthers are also incredibly solitary animals. They live, hunt, and travel alone. The work of reclamation can also be a lonely journey. It can also be one filled with doubts and questions. Panther can teach us how to reclaim our wisdom and medicine with power, grace, confidence, and an appreciation for our solitude. The plant associated with this card is fireweed. It says fireweed is a pioneer plant. Wow. It says, meaning that after extreme soil disturbance, quote unquote, a wildfire, for example, fireweed will establish colonies to repopulate the land and put nutrients back in the soil so other plants and trees can take root. Whoa. Whoa. Before I even go any further, let's unpack that, y'all. It's 11:11 on the stove. It's 10:10 on the little robot clock. I'm not going to say her name because she's going to start talking. See, that's the same. Oh, I can't make this shit up. Whoever had that same channeled song, it was it had to have been Capricorn or it had to have been Sagittarius. And you could be dealing with somebody who's on the cusp, like somebody who thinks they're a Capricorn, but in Vedic astrology, they're actually a Sagittarius or something like that. But the way my clocks are off like that because, well, it's a minute late. The stove is a minute fast. But the reason why they're off like that is because I have the stove set to Arizona time, but I have the other clock set to California time, so that, you know, when I'm calling my grandmother or my mom or like people in California, that I'm not, you know, like disturbing them or it's not too early or whatever. So that's set to Pacific Standard Time and this is on Mountain Standard Time. But let's unpack this fireweed. Okay, so I start talking about California. I would like to say, because when I thought about the fireweed, I'm thinking about all of the forest fires that have like came and just destroyed my home state. And you know, that hurts. Like, even when it's a fire 3 and 4 hours from where my parents are, whatever the case may be, I'm still concerned. You know, like if there's an earthquake in California and it's miles and miles and miles away from my family, I'm still concerned. Why? Because with every earthquake, there's aftershock. Okay? And then like with after any fire, right, there's destruction. Both of those energies let you know right off the bat, there's something's gonna be broken and there's going to be a call for something to be repaired, replenished, fixed. And so for this fireweed to show up, as I have never heard of fireweed, this is fucking amazing. I had no idea. I've always wondered as a child, like with all the forest fires that we have in California, like how after I'm 30 years old, like how after 3 decades, how is there even a California left after all these fires? Like, let's even think about Australia, like Australia. Who got an accent up in this room? That was not my energy. Thinking about Australia and the koala bears and all that stuff, like that significant fire that they had most recently. Like, y'all, that was when Pluto first kicked into high gear. And now we're coming up on Pluto's full-blown return for the United States. And there's an energy of like all that was left and wasn't scorched in the first fucking fire. Here come Pluto to make sure she clear it all the way out, to scorch it all, to destroy it all. And it may leave a lot of us wondering, like, well, what are we supposed to do? Like, how do we, you know, fight deforestation? How do we get back to planting trees? How do we replenish the Amazon? How do we save the bees? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of y'all may not have been in any type of humanitarian purpose in the past, but you may be feeling called and pulled to do so, particularly because of Uranus. You all are subconsciously leading this breakthrough. In fact, I feel like y'all are showing up as fireweed. Like, I am so, I'm glad y'all could see the cards, but if y'all could see my face, I am like so astonished by what I just learned about fireweed here with y'all. Like, tell me God is not perfect in his design. For him to know that he created the element of fire on earth and know its potential to destroy, but then came back around. He caught us on the back end with the fireweed that's going to come in and cleanse out a destroyed environment in order for new seeds to thrive, in order for new roots to take place. And I think ultimately that's also what that I just described is what's embodying your love life. Like, I feel like that's maybe why they had me start over, because you seem like you was on the fence anyway about letting this person go or continuing to be loyal, to continue to invest, hoping that you might be able to save the tower from falling, when in fact it's already crumbled. You think it's crumbling in real time. You think you got time. You don't have no time left. Okay, the time is now to transform is what I'm getting. Okay, so this says, as a plant ally, it teaches us how to restore. I can't make this up. It says, as a plant ally, it teaches us how to restore ourselves after life takes a toll on us. In particular, it helps us learn our natural capacity to self-heal, y'all. This is really special, and this card was coming out for some of the other signs, and this is the first time that I decided to read it. The stone associated with this card is golden apatite, or apatite. I never know how to say it. It says, it is a helpful ally to those who have been worn down and are feeling small. Its fiery energy supports us in standing up for ourselves and reclaiming our confidence. Many of us were praised to play small, be humble, and cautious. Golden apatite is a guide in breaking free of those ingrained limitations. Call upon golden apatite when you need support in reclaiming your true and confident and empowered self. Okay, they're bringing me back to this George Floyd thing because I don't feel like I finished my idea. They are giving me so many downloads. God, dog. Going back to George Floyd, when I was talking, I briefly stated, like, nobody wants to lose any more black men. Nobody wants to lose any more men. How about that? Because how are we supposed to repopulate the earth without y'all, right? Like, yes, as women, we hold the challenge to bear children, right? To bear the fruit, but we need the seed. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I am veering back over to the whole George Floyd thing is because I don't want to call him a sacrifice, but us losing him was very necessary because he led to the exposure of a root system, right? That needs to be demolished. Things that need to be weeded at the root. So here we got fireweed, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you're taking on this energy or holding this obligation, energetically, spiritually, for some of y'all, like even in a physical sense where there's something physical that you feel like you need to do for the world, for your immediate environment, for your children, towards your legacy, for the people that are going to stand on the ground that you build for, you know, years to come, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it was a very necessary situation. And then, like, when we think of that, and then think about what we just learned about fireweed, I'm not going to say, like, I want shit to burn down. But I will say that I can find comfort in knowing that there's a fucking plant that can make the soil whole again. Oh, shit. We can plant trees again? We going to bring the koala bears back? Yeah. Come on now. Now, what else is interesting is I'm a Sagittarius, y'all, so I like a lot of philosophy things. I love documentaries, like any type of documentary. I absolutely love it. And that's funny because I think I was saying that y'all might be dealing with somebody who's into film. I literally just started film school. But I love documentaries. So I was watching a documentary about deforestation in Saudi Arabia. And it was talking about some of the different, you know, methods that they have, both methods that they have like replicated back from like the Mayan people and the Aztec times, all the way back to the original dynasties, you know, as far as like building things in a pyramid type way so that the water is eroded in one direction or another, or, you know, doing things underneath the soil so that we may bring the moisture to rise above and like trigger or provoke some type of rain to come down. Like, I just watched a documentary about that, and so it's so funny that this is all coming up like that, y'all, I'm honestly blown away. And I feel like this, as much as I want to focus on love, this is not about love. It's about compassion. I don't even see nobody but you. This may be a very single time for you. All of these feel like singular energies. And while you may feel lonely, that's a part of the mission. Okay? Okay. Let me get into it. I hope y'all okay. Like, I'm moving slow as hell. I don't know why. I just whipped right through Capricorn, Sag reading, whatever, and then I'm feeling like I need to pace myself. So please take heed to that message and pace yourself. Okay? Spirit, can you show me it? What is this about? The Hangman. Yeah, this is about the subconscious mind. I feel like this is a very singular energy, y'all. This is about things that you cannot see. I also feel like this is about the most recent Jupiter transit from Aquarius into Pisces. I want to say is it retrograding in Pisces or something? Let me get my damn calendar. Let me see. Let's see what's up. Don't take no days off. Man, them streets be wildin'. I keep losing all the jits. Everybody wildin'. We just letting off these sticks. Hold on, y'all. Just honestly, I forgot I reset the Mercury, messed up my iPad. I had to set it up as a new iPad. I don't even have my doggone astro calendar on here anymore. Hold on, y'all. Because I feel like they're trying to help me to help you decipher something that's really, really loaded and encrypted. It gives me, I mean, you guys had the Akashic Records come out here, so it could definitely be along those lines. Here you go. Why am I having such a hard time finding? Okay, here we go, right here. So today we have Uranus in your sign, which I already knew that. Then we have Chiron in your sister sign, Aries. So it's like you're being indirectly affected by some sense of healing. And that kind of goes back to like I keep picking up on fire over here. But it's interesting because it's like you're in the process of having some type of brainstorm or breakthrough, and it's encrypted or it's loaded. It's a lot to handle. But then you got your sister sign, Aries, which it could literally be an Aries. It could be another fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo. It could be any of the cardinal signs even. You have someone beside you who may have already come through this process that you're in. And now they're at that next step of healing. Yeah, it's like a table set for two is what I just heard. It's an energy of like this person been sitting at this table waiting for you to reclaim your power. That's kind of what I get here. Especially like with the Hangman, like there's what this is about some sense of alignment. But you know, the presence of the Anka being here in this card and she's hanging upside down lets me know again that this is also about like your life being turned upside down. Okay. Pisces. Let's see what's going on in the house of Pisces. Aries, Pisces. Oh yeah, so Neptune and Jupiter, and that's what I was gonna say. That's why I put out the astro calendar, because I wanted to know if where Jupiter was, and it is indeed in Pisces. So there's some type of expansion after, right? The aftershock. It's like things look crazy. You're at a pause. You're at a space of like needing to heal, needing to reflect, needing to recharge emotionally, to restore your heart chakra, because I don't know. I get a vibe that somebody just literally, they try fucking basically ripped your heart out your chest. So there's an energy of needing to replenish in those areas. But at the same time, what you're maybe not seeing, or you have not yet awakened to, or you just awakened to and you're finding peace in it, it's going to be different just depending on who's ahead of the timeline, who's behind. There's also an expansion, because the Anka is representation of life. So while she's at a pause and things are turned upside down now, in one of my other cards, or one of my other decks, I don't know why I'm seeing this in my mind's eye, I think it's the Urban Tarot. The Hangman is turned upside down, and his pockets are, they said show you. Oh, sorry, Spirit, y'all got me doing a much. They said this our channel. Go get that card, girl. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's find this Hangman card. Whatever, for whatever reason, the image on it is significant to you all. Or to this message that they have me. And I get it. I can definitely understand why you might be exhausted and, you know, just mentally maxed out. Because, man, y'all, I'm like, I'm trying to sit here and decipher this for y'all. It's like literally, and look, I'm looking at her. I was about to say, I feel like I'm in the Vatican library. Shit. It's something extremely akashic about the information that you're discovering or coming up on here most recently. You might be in a space where you don't even know how to verbalize it. There he is, the Hangman. And if you look, like, his phone done dropped out his pockets, credit cards dropped out his pockets, coin, you know what I mean? Like, oh shoot, it's a full moon in this one. That could be what they wanted me, I feel like that's what they wanted me to see, was the full moon. I don't know why I am still picking up such a strong sense of California. What the fuck? And oddly enough, that card was sitting right here with the Hierophant, which is your energy. You have a full moon here as well. But that's what I'm saying. It's like needing to pause. There's some type of like message coming from a higher entity. I also get a whirlwind is the energy that I get here. Okay, how does Taurus view the Hangman? Okay, yeah, the Queen of Pentacles is an issue externally. You have the Ten of Pentacles, and what did I say? There goes Jupiter. So literally, someone who you're committed to could be a problem. Your finances could be a problem. You may need to release the house, let go of the car. You know, especially if this is about a divorce where like you've been fighting back and forth for trying to get, you know, like your attorney or whatever to fight back and forth about, nah, man, I'm not giving them 50 of everything. They didn't do anything or whatever. It could be like some negotiations or something like that taking place, because again, like the Hangman is more of like subconscious. It's otherworldly. It's things that you don't see, but it could also be like closely related to, with the Hierophant being there, it's like some type of divine order or judgment being called, and you're reflecting about it. You don't understand it yet, or like there's an energy of like feeling hung out to dry. Okay, but with the Hierophant there, that it keeps giving me, or they keep telling me to remind you that there is a reason for it all. You know, that these orders are not coming from the judge, or these orders are not coming from your ex-boss or whatever, but they're coming from a higher entity. So there's a need to allow. Yeah, the Sun here with the Ace of Swords, all of it is going to make sense in a minute, is what I just heard here. They got me looking back at this astrological calendar. Hold on. Ten of Pentacles, that's the Sun. That's Sun in Virgo. It could be when Sun is in Virgo that this makes more sense. Oh, the Moon is in Virgo right now too. Or, yeah, just enter Virgo. Okay, let me put this in. Spirit, y'all doing too much. Tell me how this person views the Hangman. Balance the energy. Well, you got the Knight of Wands. This is Sagittarius. Big time. Whoa. Tell me more about this. How this person... Ooh, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, see, this is Saturn and Taurus. They know that you have lost out on something or you've been hung out to dry. Eight of Pentacles, but they also see it working out for you. This is the same card. And then you have the Lovers. I like this. With Judgment here. This is beautiful. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, this is divinely orchestrated. There's definitely some angels, entities, higher entities conspiring. I really like this for y'all. Okay, because you got your Maya here in reverse, but then now you got the Empress showing up here with the Nine of Swords. I feel like this is someone who's going to be mentally, emotionally vulnerable to you, or vice versa. There's an energy of it's okay for you to be mentally mentally, emotionally vulnerable with them. Where is this headed with the Hangman showing up here? Y'all, I can't make this up, and I put that card the right way. It's the Tower in reverse again. There's a sense of cleansing, and I don't know why I didn't view what the just happened. I never viewed it this way. Because I told you that, like, Aquarius shows up as being very, like, radical, all that good stuff, right? I told you we just had Jupiter's transit from Aquarius to the Hangman, or to the Pisces. Because Aquarius is the humanitarian. The fact that Jupiter just transited through Aquarius, there is some type of expansion, but it's on a collective level. I don't know how to explain it, you all. I don't know how to explain. I hope y'all are understanding. And then it going into Pisces, it's like now what goes up must come down, right? So when we were all protesting or whatever the case may be, and protesting anything, right? We've been protesting all kinds of shit since the beginning of COVID. Don't nobody want to wear a mask. I'm not giving my baby no vaccination. No, I'm not coming in. I'm going to be quarantining at home. You know, there are some people that are like, no, fuck that. I'm going to live my life. I feel like y'all made COVID in a damn lab anyway, right? You have all of these different, like, ideas, opinions, emotions merging. That's just one aspect of it, right? Let's get into the ballots, right? We've been having, like, they've been mad since Biden got into office, which this is not a political channel. I'm going to say they've been mad because, I mean, there are some people that are happy, but they fine, right? So let's focus on the people that are mad, right? With the Tower here in reverse. So now they're attacking democracy, the way that we vote. Is that a problem now? All of this shit kicked off back, I want to say, in April originally, because we had the primary elections in November, but I want to say that we had local elections prior to that. It was like around April or something, and people were talking about the voter suppression at that time. People were talking about you know, the issues with mail-in ballots, that it could be fraud, and, you know, there are too many ways to manipulate the system. My right hand of God, y'all, I also just watched I don't know if it was, I don't think it was a documentary. I think it was just a snippet of the news where a postal worker, I think in Texas somewhere, just got caught on camera throwing away, I want to say it was like 39 to 49 voter registrations in somebody's personal fucking trash can. They on camera, and the lady calls, you know, she does the right thing, right? Hierophant energy showing up here, like needing to do the right thing. That's where we all are in this energy now. Coming together to do the right thing. Just not taking no more bullshit. We're out of the energy where people are turning a blind eye. You can't turn a blind eye to this shit no more. You know, that's part of like Scorpio being in the South Node. When I talked about like everything that we used to be is now leading where we're headed to. It's like, no, the way we vote now, I can promise y'all that we're not going to keep doing it that way. It's going to look very different. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but it ain't going to look like that. We're not doing that no more. Watch. It's going to be different. Everything is going to be different. It's going to be almost unrecognizable. Okay? There's going to be an energy of it being familiar because the reason why it even transformed is because of how it used to be. But it's going to be nothing whatsoever like it is. Okay? We're also seeing this play out in the educational system. You know what I mean? Like Taurus, you rule the foundation of a lot of things. A lot of things, especially like with Uranus. It was aspects, I want to say it was, I focused on it aspecting in the 4th house in April of 2020 or 2021. And so what was coming up was childhood foundations, right? Like your belief systems and who you are, whatever the case may be, based on what you learn from your parents, what you learn from, you know, your neighbors, childhood friends, teachers, things of that nature. Well, all of that is guiding us into the unknown, if that makes sense. Now, when I'm looking at this card here, and I talked about Aquarius representing something radical, representing something free, disruptive, edgy, definitely humanitarian driven, right? I'm looking at this guy with this, he has on a United States flag as a cape or wings or whatever, and then she's dressed in this yellow. It gives me like that solar plexus like energy, almost at like the sun as well, but they're falling out the sky almost like angels, whereas with the tower here upright, they would be falling off the tower, but instead they're falling out the sky. And it's making a lot of sense now too, because well, she's hanging upside down. And if anybody cuts her down, she's gonna do what? She ain't gonna fall up, she gonna fall down. Okay. Oh, this is real. This is a lot, y'all. Hi, y'all, please comment. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm just the vessel. Clarify this tower in reverse, please. Yes, still, again, I'm getting that, like, what goes up must come down type of energy. Yeah, with the 4 of Wands. This is about the structure, the foundation, not only of you and of your household and your family, but of a nation. Oh, my God. Woo! Alexa, when is Kamala Harris's birthday?
Kamala Harris' birthday is on October 20th.
Okay, don't forget I told y'all that, or y'all found that out with me. Show me the energy surrounding Taurus love life, their 7th house, please. What's going on in their 7th house? I'm really trying to make this about y'all partner, and I feel like it is, but it's very encrypted. That's, yes, 2 cups. This is meant to be. This is an energy of like something being divinely orchestrated. Whoever the hell you about to come into some type of connection with, or that you already have come into a connection with, every part about it is orchestrated, y'all. Let me tell you. And yeah, see, High Priestess and the King of Wands, I feel like this person know that. And you want this person, but you don't know why you want this person. And then you got the Panther coming up here again in a whole nother deck of cards about reclaiming. But I feel like where this is headed, I'm asking, where is this headed in your 7th house? There's no longer any type of crossroad or restriction, because we start off here with this 2 of Wands, like you're at a crossroads, right? Initially, you were at the 2 of Swords, where you needed to make a decision, but now you know what the decision is, and you need to take some type of action, right? Judgment here, Hangman, there's a revelation that you already made, but you need to take action. I think that you know who it's towards or what it is. Yep, the Hermit and the 6 of Swords. But there's something that you must do alone first. What is it that Taurus needs to do alone first? The 9 of Cups. I feel like this is a cleansing. Yeah, healing. The Star, the 9 of Cups. This is healing. And all these 9s. 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands, the Star. And then here you are. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the Magician. With the 6 of Wands, oh my God, 6 of Cups. Look how these cards are stacked in your favor. That should be the title. Oh my God. I'm unpacking too much. because I'll forget. Okay, I wrote that down. Now, let's try to figure out who this person is. Who's this person that Taurus is connecting to? You have the moon. May catch you by surprise. This person have moon in Aries, Leo, or Sag. Moon in Aquarius as well. Something gives me a vibe that like where your moon placement is, they have fire. Like if your moon in like Leo, they also too are like moon in Leo, Aries, Sag, or something like that. Or like if your moon is in air, Gemini, or whatever, then theirs is in fire. But it could also be indication of like 1 in 7. So like wherever your moon placement is, like if your moon in Taurus, your 7th house will be Scorpio. So that this person could be a Scorpio, or they could have a significant placement of Scorpio in their rising or something, right? Because 1 in 7. Feel like currently you might be talking to this person only over the internet with the universe and 6 of Swords here. It gives me a World Wide Web type vibes. Like maybe you're not completely seeing this person. Oh my God. And then you got Strength here with Temperance. So big fire energy, y'all. Tell me more about who this is that Taurus is connecting to. Yeah, see, look, 5 of Wands in reverse. If you were wondering if this person is single, they are. There are no competitors. None. Okay? None. Now, I want to get into the conversation. My coffee code. I thought I could. Okay. All right, Spirit. I got you. Did I? Yes, I showed. Oh, you're a sunflower. It's not be too much. What's that song? If I stuck by you, then the dust. Love would be too much. You're a sunflower. That song is channeled in the Sagittarius reading. I'm honestly still in disbelief that you got Sag coming up here so strong like this. Like, I'm here for it, but I'm baffled. I'd be lying if I didn't tell y'all that I'm baffled. Okay, let's see what this conversation. Seeing without seeing clearly. Well, see, that's that 2 of Swords energy that keeps coming up. And again, it's like you do understand that there's a pivot. You understand that you have a higher calling or a higher purpose when it comes to humanitarian like issues. Like this could be something as simple as this summer you gonna clean up the beach. Okay? It could be something as big as this summer you're gonna join the missions, or you're going to, you know, travel as a traveling nurse. You're going to go to Costa Rica and you're going to, you know, like help the needy there, help administer vaccinations or whatever the case may be. It could be even as like significant as going to Australia, you know what I mean? To start helping to treat some of the animals. Some of y'all may be like, you know, biologists or whatever. I don't know. Oh, that wants to come out here so bad. It says not all of me though. See, this is the like emerging into your awakening, since you have with this being in reverse. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you still don't see it clearly, but there's a sense of beginning to trust your intuition and allowing it to guide you. I want to pull this. I'm gonna take it. I want to pull that out here so bad. Then you have illusion of beauty. So see, this is going back to like all of the things that you once valued, or this person once valued, are different. Going back to, I think I said, like God knew the only way to make you pivot was to get into your pockets. Otherwise, you'd still be doing that same old thing, even though it doesn't serve your highest purpose. But the moment that the coins stopped coming in, he knew, like, okay, this gonna wake Taurus up. And I feel like he was successful. Yeah, look, where I start isn't the end. You didn't put your shoes on. Yeah, it's definitely time to go. Then we ain't making no money over here. Yeah, we got to go. Call my driver. No, I'm just kidding. You say I got a big ego. No, I guess I'm not kidding. Look, call the driver. Oh gosh. Okay, so you got fighting stagnation here, ascending in consciousness. Yeah, this is speaking for itself. Can you handle it? I think Leo got this. Role models, Leo definitely got these 2 cards. I'm almost certain they did. Either in YouTube or the extended. Oh, and then I talked to my friend the other day who actually published this deck, just trying to understand, you know, a little bit more about the intention that she put into each of these cards. So we were kind of unpacking the deck together. She brought up this particular card because anyway, I talk to her all the time. I was talking to her about how I went to the UPS store because I need to change my PO box to closer to where I live. And I went in there and the people were so fucking nasty. And I figured to myself, okay, I'm not supposed to do no business with y'all then. So I left. But when I got on the phone with her, I told her I'm so upset that I came all the way down here. I think some of y'all know, like, I'm having challenges, like, as far as, like, my Mercury retrograde in the beginning. Somebody backed into my car park, total lost the car. I don't have no car no more. I'm resonating with this reading, y'all, more than y'all understand. I have Taurus in the 4th house. So anyway, so I was telling her, like, I'm so frustrated. I wasted my money. I could have stayed at home. I was going to record Taurus reading. So you were even coming up then. So I was like, all right. She was like, don't trip, sis. She was like, you were supposed to go out there and see, whatever. She's like, now you know you need to get your box somewhere else. And so I was like, well, I guess while I'm out here, I'm going to go to Home Depot. You know, I don't want to, like, waste the, like, Uber money or whatever. I'm going to go and check out Home Depot and grab some groceries, get, you know, some rose water for my hair, all that good stuff. So I walked over, you know, like across the street. And oddly enough, this is a Home Depot that I used to work at. In fact, it was the Home Depot that I transferred to when I moved from California. It was my ticket into Arizona, into this current era that I'm living in. So I was like, man, I'm on the phone with her. I'm walking and stuff, but I'm frustrated. She was like, man, you giving... You need to chill out. Her little son was asking her about the predator. I guess he walks in while I'm talking to her, shows her the picture of the predator. And I was like, what is he saying? She got a little indigo baby. That baby, every time me and her get on the phone, it seemed like he be trying to give me messages. So I was like, what he say? What he saying, sis? It's just like he trying to explain to me the predator or whatever. He asking me how old the predator is and all that good stuff. She was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, sis. She was like, I know you beautiful, but you kind of look, you probably look like the predator right now, how mad you are. She was like, I'm about to send you this picture. So she sent me the picture of the predator and his eyes was all glowing red. I said, bitch, I am definitely the fucking predator right now. I got red in my eyes. I'm mad as hell because I could have stayed at home, right? So anyway, I ended up going to Home Depot and decided that I was going to get some stuff for my garden. I'm just trying to, like, not waste nothing, y'all. And I feel like that was coming up in your reading too. But I'm trying to be a lot less wasteful in my life. I mean, everything from, like, mail that I shred. I've been taking the shredded paper and putting it in my garden beds. Like, if I make a pot of coffee, like the coffee grinds afterwards, I learned that it gives nitrogen to the plants. So I have been using my food waste back into my flower beds, like banana peels, things of that nature. I stopped buying salad dressing. I'm making my own salad dressing now because I can use the, like, olive oil and the almond oil and stuff like that for my hair and my skin as well. Like, I stopped buying lotion. All we doing over here is oils. If I can't use it if I can't put it on my face, my hair, and ingest it, I don't want it. Okay, so that's where I'm at. So I was telling her, I had went to the grocery store and I was originally going to get some tomatoes because I just, you know, wanted to make a nice salad, and my tomatoes haven't harvested yet that I planted from seeds. And I walked in the grocery store and it was just like, I don't know, the vibe was off. I didn't like the energy of the people that was in there. I stepped right back out. I think I peeked in, like, right where the little Starbucks and the flowers are, and I was like, nah, I'm going to Home Depot. I'm about to go find me a tomato plant that got at least a tomato on it. So that's what I did. I instead, you know, went to Home Depot and I got me some, you know, like, soil. I bought a strawberry plant that had literally got red strawberries on it right now. I'm gonna harvest them in a couple of days. I bought some collard greens and stuff like that. So it was a pivot, right? But why I'm bringing this up is because when I was done shopping at Home Depot and I was waiting on my Uber, I called my friend back. because we've been having like continuous conversations about the cards and the transits and stuff, trying to like process it all for the collective. And I was like, oh my God, sis. I'm like, I'm even more mad. She was like, why? I was like, because I just spent fucking $300 that I wasn't planning to spend, plus the Uber fare, right? I think I spent like another $30 traveling back and forth. I'm like, sis, I didn't come out here for this. I'm behaving like I got a job. She was like, you do got a job, nigga. She's like, you know, you're supposed to be leading the collective. Like, stop tripping, you know? So I had to, as well, keep reminding and, you know, like bringing myself out of that mindset of scarcity and lack, because I've been here before. I've been in situations before where I didn't have a vehicle, you know, where I didn't have a job, but I made it, you know what I mean? So I could have experienced all of that yesterday just to meet you here in this space, Taurus, to let you know that. But back to what I was saying, I told her, I was like, it all started because I seen a black lily. I said, I ain't never seen a black lily in my life. She was like, me either. Let me see. Did I bring them in the house? I don't know if I took them outside in the garden. I think I brought them in here. Maybe I did put them outside. No, I don't think I did, because I thought it was going to rain and I don't want them to... I brought them lilies in here. Anyway, I bought some black lilies, y'all. And I was like, I'm like in love. I just can't wait to put them in the ground. She was like, I ain't never seen no black lily. I was like, me either, sis. And then we started talking about this card that says, here go the lilies. Hold on, yeah. Here go the black lilies. Look. Asiatic black charm. These black lilies, I ain't never ever seen no black lilies, y'all. So I was like, I blame it on the black lilies. I was like, I seen the black lilies, and then I seen some African daisies, and I said, I know my ancestors was in there talking about, get this, we want some of that too. And I was like, oh my gosh. But she told me that this card, when she put this card together, she had no idea how deep the imagery was. And that these particular lilies that you see in this card, they take 3 years to rise from beneath the soil. So I don't know. I wanted to share that because I feel like there's some sort of significance when we were talking about back as far as 2020. There's a possibility that you all started to see a little bit of proof in the pudding of a transformation or something like that as early as 2018, 2019. And this could be the year where you are going to start to see like fruits of your labor. Yeah, look, picking up the pieces of me. And then you have throat chakra here. So I feel like this last retrograde going like direct is going to be initiating your transformation. There's love here. For sure. But you got some work that you need to do on self. And before you're going to have access to this love. All right. I want to get you one of these crystal cards. And then we're going to leave this reading here. Lemurian quartz. Oh, shit. Y'all. This is my favorite stone. One of my favorite stones. I don't know. I'd be confident enough to say that this is my favorite stone. So Lemurian quartz, you guys, it's believed that this was a stone that like is only found or was found like ages and ages and ages ago in Lemuria. You might want to do some research about the Lemurian people. But they were known to be like some star beings. Oh, shoot. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to see in this card, I think that in this card, it talks about like it's a myth or it's like some type of like, you know, folklore type story or whatever. But there may be truth to it that all of the people from Lemuria, all of the star beings are now located in Mount Shasta, California. Well, Los Angeles was coming up in your reading. The channeled song was talking about the traffic. As soon as he come on, he talking about the traffic in Los Angeles. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm sitting here telling y'all I'm a Sag. And I feel like all of that is for a reason, because some of y'all y'all probably are dealing with a Sagittarius. You could definitely be dealing with someone from California. And even like the significance of talking about the fireweed and the fires and stuff like that in California, some of y'all may be being called to move there. And if you came here just to figure that out, I do believe that you should move. All right, so let's get into this. It says what it is. Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout out to Lemuria, a fabled lost continent whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California. It says who needs it? Anyone in any need of a vacation from their thoughts. It says where to put it. Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. When to use it. Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. It says escape your mind. Okay. And with the throat chakra being here for this energy that we're leaving off with, I feel like the way that you're possibly gonna completely process this transformation is through expression. So all of the things that you've been thinking, it is time to say them, write them, speak them, express them. Okay. And for those of you who do not have any access to Lemurian quartz, it's rather rare. It's very, very hard to find. Myself, I think I have golden Lemurian quartz. So it kind of looks like this, but it has more of the like blush to it. Is really rare. But for those of you who don't have access to it, you can't find it, I just want to throw this out here that you can actually use a selenite wand the same way. Like if you feel like your throat chakra is blocked, you can definitely like, you know, point the selenite wand at your throat with the intentions to purify your expressions and things of that nature, to unblock, you know, any type of like blockages that you're experiencing or whatever the case may be. So I just want to throw that out there. I sell selenite wands. For those of you that are interested, they're available in the shop. The shipping will be delayed because of the UPS situation I had yesterday, but I'm working on that. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you again for joining my community. This was a lot to process. I'm gonna have to come back and watch this reading myself. I feel like there were a lot of messages for the collective in here. But I do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that it brought you some sense of solace and clarity. And I wish you the very best, Taurus. If it ain't, listen, if I don't trust nobody else to get the job done, I for sure trust a Taurus. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.